We are getting reports that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been badly injured in a car crash in France. French radio is saying that the accident happened in western Paris when the car in which she was travelling collided with another vehicle in a tunnel. The princess is reported to have been taken to hospital. There is no news of her condition, and as yet the reports are unconfirmed.
Stephen, I have to interrupt there because within the last few moments the Press Association in Britain, citing unnamed British sources, has reported that Diana, Princess of Wales, has died. From the time of the royal engagement in 1981, Diana became a much-loved member of the British royal family, both at home and abroad. Even after her divorce from the Prince of Wales in August 1996, Diana remained a hugely popular figure, both at home and abroad. The couple had two sons during their marriage, Princes William and Harry.
Diana Frances Spencer was born a commoner, though with strong royal connections. Her family were living on the Queen's estate at Sandringham, where her father, a future Earl Spencer, had rented Park House. Yet her privileged childhood was an insecure one. She was 6 when her sisters went away to school and her parents decided to split up. The children became pawns in a bitter custody dispute. Lady Diana was sent to boarding school, eventually attending Westheath Public School in Kent. Here she excelled at sport, particularly swimming. Lady Diana's naturally shy manner hid a wry sense of humour and an easy way with people. Children were especially charmed by her. A regular Pied Piper, said one member of her family. She worked in London, first as a nanny, occasionally as a cook, and then as an assistant at the Young England kindergarten in Knightsbridge.
I wanted to teach children, and they said, why not come along? So I first started off doing afternoons, and then I took over the mornings and did whole days. But I only worked 3 days a week at kindergarten, and the other 2 I looked after American baby boy.
Her parents had divorced, and there was a new Countess Spencer, daughter of the romantic novelist Barbara Cartland. But soon it was Diana who was to become the celebrated member of the family. Rumour spread that her friendship with the Prince of Wales was blossoming into something more serious. Press and television besieged her at every turn. The palace tried in vain to play down speculation. And on the 24th of February 1981, the engagement became official. The wedding took place at St. Paul's on a perfect July day. Millions of television viewers around the world were dazzled by the event. Diana was just 20. And so the royal family welcomed a newcomer to its midst. It was the love story that brought crowds onto the streets again. They came to see the Queen, of course, and the Prince, but most of all, they came to see her. But the seemingly perfect fairy tale was destined not to have a storybook ending. From the moment their relationship had begun, doubts had been expressed over the long-term prospects of a marriage between two people who appeared to have little in common and whose age gap was nearly 13 years. Even by the end of their honeymoon, Diana had developed the eating disorder bulimia and was feeling confused and neglected by Charles. Within a year of her marriage, she gave birth to a son, William. William became the first male heir to go to kindergarten. From the time of her dazzling appearance on her first public engagement with her then husband-to-be, Diana's wardrobe became a continual focus of attention. The publication of the book Diana, Her True Story by Andrew Morton blew the lid off the whole story. The book, based on interviews with some of the princess's closest friends and written with the tacit approval of the princess herself, confirmed that her relationship with the Prince of Wales was cold and distant. It told of half-hearted suicide attempts by the princess during the early years of the marriage, and of her obsession with the belief that Charles continued to love a woman he'd fallen for years before, Camilla Parker Bowles. The prince later confirmed that he and Camilla had had an extramarital affair. Charles and Diana officially separated in December that year.
It is announced from Buckingham Palace that, with regret, the Prince and Princess of Wales have decided to separate. Their Royal Highnesses have no plans to divorce, and their constitutional positions are unaffected.
Despite the ensuing furore, public affection for the Princess of Wales remained strong. She had chosen to accept a public role at the hard end of charity work. She was troubled by the problems faced by young people. Here she set the royal seal of approval on a television campaign designed to beat the drugs menace. She urged employers, on behalf of the charity Turning Point, to accept a moral responsibility for their workforce in helping them combat the cause and effects of drug and alcohol addiction.
We must remember then that the majority of Turning Point's clients come from ordinary communities. Very few of them resemble a stereotype junkie or drunk.
The plight of suffering children was a cause close to her heart. She was a regular welcome visitor to the Great Ormond Street Hospital for Sick Children in London and was patron of several children's charities. While her husband concentrated on the philosophy and practices of a modern world, Diana homed in on the individual. Abroad too, Diana was proud to publicise the plight of the unfortunate and the rejected. On a visit to Indonesia in 1989, she was praised for publicly shaking hands with lepers, dispelling widely held myths about the disease. Her contributions, as in a revealing speech about those with eating disorders, were often informed by her own experiences.
From early childhood, many had felt they were expected to be perfect, but didn't feel they had the right to express their true feelings to those around them. Feelings of guilt, of self-revulsion and low personal esteem, creating in them a compulsion to dissolve like a disprin and disappear.
The Princess of Wales began by bringing a breath of fresh air and a measure of glamour into the House of Windsor. But she became a sad figure to many as the story of her failed marriage unravelled. Her critics blamed her for helping to strip the monarchy of some of the mystique so important for its survival. But the Princess of Wales' unflagging support for the sick and disadvantaged earned her continued respect, and to the end she remained a figure of public fascination and affection.
That tribute for Diana, Princess of Wales. Buckingham Palace has confirmed the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. The princess died following a car crash in Paris.